Hello students. Today we are going to learn how to write a formal letter. In the ICSE English language question paper, letter writing comes as question number 2 for 10 marks. There is an option given and you can either choose a formal letter or an informal one. Through this video, you would learn how to write a formal letter correctly, keeping to the point and maintaining the necessary formal tone. This video is based on the latest recommendations and suggestions made by the ICSE Council and therefore will tell you the important guidelines you need to keep in mind while writing a formal letter. So, what is a formal letter? A formal letter is one written in formal language in the stipulated format for official purpose. It is written to a person in his official capacity or written to a firm. It deals with subjects such as inquiry, ordering, transfer of money, reference, request, booking, complaints, or an apology. Now, whom do we write these letters to? It is written to someone in authority. For instance, a manager, a chairman, a police commissioner, or a municipal commissioner, an editor, or a principal. For standard 9 and 10 ICSE students, the context of such letters will be within the plausible or reasonable experience of the students who are 15 or 16 years of age. So, as you can see, a formal letter is different from a friendly letter or an informal letter that you write to your family and friends. The tone of such letters should be formal and not sound too personal or intimate. It should be concise with statement of relevant facts and be to the points. So, therefore, these letters can be for you to write to government officials such as the municipal commissioner, the police commissioner, heads of local self-government panchayats, etc., heads of hospitals, hotels, restaurants, supermarkets, etc., the principal of your school or principals of other schools. Now, let's look at the marking schemes for letters. Letter writing carries 10 marks. Now, in an informal letter or friendly letter, the format carries 2.5 marks for format, 2.5 for content, and 5 for expression. And in a formal letter, format carries 3 marks, content has got 2 marks, and expression again has got 5 marks. So, let us see the format. We are dealing with the format of a formal letter has got 3 marks. So, it's quite different, a little slightly different from the informal letter. The body content has got 2 marks. Expressions again has got 5 marks. Now, let's see the bifurcation of marks for the first component of the letter, that is the format. Here's what we call the format. So in a format we have these 6 ingredients or components. The format has clear-cut bifurcation of marks. So when you're writing a format, a formal letter, what are the points you need to know? What are the guidelines that you need to keep in mind? We will deal with each of these one by one. So from address carries half mark, date carries another half mark, to address has got half mark, then salutation has got half mark, subscription has got half mark again, and signature has got half mark. So we move on to the next one, the format. The first one, we need to begin from the from address, that is the sender's address. That is your address. The address should look authentic or realistic, for which you would be awarded half a mark. So let's see how. Here we have got two examples. 101 Gangotri Apartment, Vivekanand Marg, Agra. So the address could be the address of your house, like in the first example, and the address of your school. You may be writing from a boarding school or a hostel. In that case, it could be the address of the school as shown in the second example. The most important thing you need to keep in mind is that it should be written, it should have at least 3 lines, like in the first example. So you start from the specific to the general. From the specific to the general. That is, you start with the house number or the name of the building, then the street, road or place, and next the name of the town. So along with the pin code. Actually, the pin code is not important, but it is good to write it. You may choose to avoid it too. It's up to you. Now remember, there should be no short forms in your address. Another important thing to keep in mind is the punctuation in the address. It is up to you whether to keep it or to avoid it. If you are not using it, then do not use it at all. You can omit it. But my suggestion to you would be to use the punctuation throughout. Then you can follow the order as shown on your screen. I repeat, the pattern is a 3-line address with house, road number or road, and town with punctuation, that is comma, comma, full stop. This is the pattern, comma, comma, full stop. Make sure that the address in its entirety should be correct. If there is any mistake in the address, you will not get half a mark. Leave a line, then write the date. So we have the date here. Now, leaving a line is not compulsory. It looks neat and presentable, and it gives a good visual appeal when you skip a line and write the date. For the date, you are awarded half a mark. So look at the date on the screen. So 15th February 2021. This is the only acceptable form. It is very important to write the date in full. Follow the format: date, month, year. 15th February 2021. The date should be an authentic one. Normally, it is the date on which you are writing your language paper. If in the date you write the TH, or as in 15th, RD or ST, whichever applicable on the line next to the date, followed by the name of the month. So like here, for example, February. And there should be no short forms like Jan or Feb, etc. If you write the month in short form, you would lose marks. So I hope this is very clear to you. If you write a short form, you're not getting full mark. Then write the year, 2021, followed by a full stop. No marks is awarded if the year is not mentioned. So we learn that when we write the date, the pattern to be followed is date, month, year. Date with TH, RD or ST, followed by month in full, by a comma, followed by a comma, and then the year followed by a full stop. Again, leave a line. And then we have the next. We come to the receiver's address. On the same side of the margin, you need to write the receiver's address or the from address. So, for which you will be awarded half a mark. This also should be close to the left hand margin. The receiver's address is the address to whom you are writing the letter. The address again should be at least of 3 lines. First, you write the post or the designation. Then you write the office. Next, you write the name of the place, street or town, followed by the pin code. Here again the punctuation pattern would be comma, comma, full stop, or comma, 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 full stop. So again you need to keep in mind that this address also in its entirety should be correct. So we have here two examples of the receiver's address. If there is any mistake with the receiver's address, you will not get half a mark that is allotted or awarded for this. So let's look at the components. Next component in the formal letter is the salutation. So for which you are awarded half a mark. For every formal letter, there is only 2 ways to write the salutation. Dear sir, dear madam. So these are the 2 ways. In case of a male, you write dear sir. In case of a female, you write dear madam. Do not write dear ma'am. Again, remember, no short forms are allowed. It is also incorrect to write both dear sir / madam or dear sir / madam. The only acceptable form is sir or dear sir for male, madam or dear madam for females. Next, we come to the body of the letter, which contains the content of the letter. But this part we will discuss and learn after we finish the format part of the formal letter. So the final part of the format is the subscription, for which you are awarded 1 mark. It's a mistake over here. Half plus half mark, that comes to 1 mark. The subscription also is left aligned and should be written in the same side where the from address and the date is mentioned. Take a look at the subscription as presented in the presentation. It's again a 3-line subscription. Thanking you, yours faithfully, Siddharth Sharma. So thanking you, you skip a line, yours faithfully. Now this should be very, very careful how to write. Thanking you followed by a comma. Leave a line, yours faithfully followed by a comma, and the signing off with your full name written, that is the first name and the surname. The surname is important and it should not be written in capital letter. Pay attention to these do's and don'ts. Do not write yours with an apostrophe. It is incorrect. And if you forget to write yours and wrote your, again it's a mistake. If the spelling of any of the words in the subscription is written incorrectly, you would lose mark. If the Y is not clearly a capital or the faithfully is not written in small, it will be considered a mistake. The surname should not be written in capital letters. And if no surname is written, no mark will be awarded. In the ICSE, we do not write or use yours sincerely or yours truly. We only need to use yours faithfully. So it is clear that if only the subscription is in its entirety is correct, will you get 1 mark allotted for this. So here's a mistake, half mark. It should be half plus half, 1 mark. Half for yours faithfully, half for the surname, name and surname. So half plus half, 1 mark. Next comes the content of the letter, which carries 2 marks. So what do we need to write in the content? How would you get the 2 marks? For that, you need to mention 2 issues or 2 complaints or problems according to the topic of the letter. For this, you need to read the question very carefully. Underline the main points in the question. Focus on every aspect of the letter. If it is a letter of complaint, then you must highlight 2 problems or 2 complaints. For each issue or each complaint, you get half a mark. Therefore, it is half plus half, 1 mark. Write in a paragraph these 2 issues or problems. Now, it's a good idea to give 2 solutions or 2 recommendations or suggestions, even if it is not specified in the letter topic. So, finally, we have come to the expression. Now, for which you are awarded 5 marks. Always use a formal tone while writing a formal letter. Use direct and simple language. Avoid using informal language. Use words such as please, request, kindly, etc. Keep the topic in mind and write only what is necessary. Be precise and to the point. And be sincere, polite, and courteous in your tone. Now, you may use any of these in your letter. I would be grateful if you could. I would appreciate if you could. Please accept my apologies, or please accept my sincere apologies. I would like to apologize. I look forward to seeing you, or I look forward to hearing from you, or I look forward to meeting you soon. Now, finally, let's have a recap of what we learned through this video presentation. Here's a look at the layout. So we have the address in 3 lines, sender's address with the pattern, comma, comma, full stop, for which you are awarded half mark. Then we have the date, 15th February 2021, dot. So you write in the pattern, the date would be date, month, and year pattern to be written in full. Then we have the receiver's address, for which you again get half a mark, and the pattern is comma, 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 full stop, or comma, comma, full stop once again. Now, we have the salutation, for which you are awarded half marks. Then the body of the letter or the content with 2 opening sentences, for which you have half plus half. For each per sentence, you get half a mark. Then issues or problems that you write, for which you'll get half plus half mark. And solutions or suggestions that you would be giving, for which you get another half plus half marks. Then again, the closing sentences, 2 closing sentences you would write, for which you get half plus half marks. Finally, you have the subscription. In the subscription would be written in 3 lines with punctuation. So, I hope with this you have learned how to write a formal letter correctly and error-free. Now we have here some words that you can keep in your mind for informal expressions and formal expressions. So you rather go through this carefully. For example, for TV, we would not write in a formal letter TV, but we should write television. For photo, we do not write photo, but we can use photograph. Cell, cell phone. Net, internet. Right, correct. Wrong, incorrect. Start, commence. Say, sorry. We say apologize. So set up, establish. It's about, it concerns. It is regarding. So likewise, we have some words here. You have another set of words here. So, therefore, or thus. I think, in my opinion. These are the formal expressions we can use. Finally, to sum up, in conclusion, hope to hear from you soon. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Then we have here the formal letter, an assignment for you. Write a letter to the chairman of your local municipal corporation complaining about the dumping of refuse on a street near your house. Mention what inconvenience it is causing you and suggest ways of dealing with the problem. So here we have two opening sentences, half plus half marks in expression. They are pointers. They directly point towards the topic. It is imperative that I draw your attention to the dumping of refuse on the street adjacent to my house. It has been going on unchecked for almost a month, and it has now become a matter of bother to all in the neighborhood. So two opening sentences. Now we have two issues or 2 points of inconvenience. So for that you get half plus half marks. The refuse, now that's petrifying, foul smell emanating. Second issue, dogs and pigs are scattering it. Then there could be a third one. So a suggestion for a third one here. So what is the fear? If the refuse is not cleared, it might become the cause of a major epidemic. Now we come to the body or content where we have the solution or the suggestion. So we write two solutions or suggestions. And the solution is the garbage pile should be removed at the earliest. Some disinfectant should be sprayed. Then put up a notice restricting dumping of refuse on the at a road. Now we have the closing sentences. These are also pointers. They also point towards the topic. I hope you will take the necessary steps as outlined in my letter to you to deal with the problem of dumping of refuse near my house. Please also ensure that this disposal of refuse by people does not recur in future. I hope, children, with this you have learned how to write a formal letter correctly. Thank you.